Kasem.
Thank you, and hello again, everybody. Welcome to America's Top 10. First off, let's check the action on the Billboard Pop Singles Chart and run down the 10 biggest hits this week.
Legendary American figure there, legendary voice. Arguably one of the more famous voices you have ever heard on radio and TV history. There is another new twist in the disappearance now of Casey Kasem. His daughter accusing her stepmother of kidnapping him, who at age 82 has advanced Parkinson's disease. She, the daughter, is now issuing a desperate call for help. From Greta, watch.
I think they're on the run together. We can't find anybody. Nobody's answering the phones, the door, the gate. I'm sure, though, that we're going to find them. I have to find my dad. He's very ill, and being moved across state lines or wherever he is, this is not good for his health.
So what is the recourse now? Dan Schorr is a former prosecutor. Jennifer Brandt's a family law attorney. Good morning to both of you. It appears, whether it's right or not, that this is a question of money, and perhaps the will that Casey Kasem has is considered pliable. Now, what the daughter is saying is that we don't want to change the will at all. We just want to have our dad back. But Jennifer, I mean, how does this happen? And what do you do about it in terms of locating him?
Well, I think it's up to the judge to get really tough in this case, Bill. He needs to order that the wife, Jean, return to the jurisdiction and tell where Casey is. Otherwise, he should throw her in jail and let her sit there until she gives up Casey's whereabouts.
But do we know where she is,
obviously
Jennifer?
Well, that's the problem. They can't find the wife, but she does have a lawyer, and that lawyer appeared in court on Monday, so she has a representative. The lawyer obviously knows where his client is, and he needs to get her into court. She is violating a court order at this point. The daughter has conservatorship. She has the right to govern his health care, and obviously you can't govern health care if you don't know where he is.
I got you.
So it's up to this judge to get really tough, and
so
he hasn't been in the past.
You're leaning on the judge at the moment.
That's the only person right now who can help in this case.
Dan, what's the advice here?
Well, certainly the judge can get involved, but the issue is if you don't know where anyone is that's related here, how are you going to serve that order? You could try to serve it on the attorney, but the attorney says he doesn't know where Casey Kasem is or where his client is, so that's a problem. Law enforcement.
Oh, Dan, how could he not know where his client is? I mean, come on. As a lawyer, you're not communicating with your client. What's he doing in court? How does he even know to show up there?
As you know, clients don't always listen to their attorneys, and in this case,
well, then he has to get rid of her as a client.
Well, it's hard to do if she's run off to Canada somewhere, but law enforcement can get involved. Look at the wife's cell phone records, internet history, maybe when she drove him over the border to Canada, if that's where they did go, she stopped for gas, and you could check for credit card records. So there's ways to track her down now that law enforcement seems like they're getting involved.
You would think, Dan, perhaps that they've done that already, or at least started that, right?
Well, first there has to be a missing persons report. That's apparently been done over the last 24 hours or so. So law enforcement still has to get court orders to get these records. They'd have to get a court order for the computer, for cell phone records, for credit card records. I assume they're doing that now. But
okay, let me just put this on the screen. This is the statement that came out last night from the family. Adult Protective Services, the courts and family are currently looking for Mr. Kasem. As soon as the paperwork for the conservatorship is done, Carrie Kasem will file a missing persons report, which should be done by tomorrow morning, meaning today, thereby allowing the FBI and local law enforcement to get involved. As soon as the family has any additional information, we will alert the media as soon as possible. So that is where it stands now. So the next step then would be, Jennifer, the missing persons case. And how would that change this search?
Well, as Dan pointed out, then the police can get involved, the FBI can get involved. You have numerous forces out there trying to get this man back into the jurisdiction so that his children can see him and see what's going on with his health care. I mean, as I understand, he can't speak, he can't take care of himself, he's pretty much helpless. He's an American icon. We all want to know where he is. His children want to know where he is and spend time with him and what may be his last days. So
I would figure
if you get everybody involved, then hopefully we'll get him back.
Got it. Dan, this is
the wife is out of hand here.
Jennifer,
she
hang
really
on.
needs to be punished.
I got it. Dan, this is just a question of time before they locate this man, right?
Well, we hope so, but if she's gone over the border and she's in hiding somewhere and she's not in a way that someone can publicly see Casey Kasem and tell people that he's around and alive, then she could be in hiding for a long time. We don't know. Hopefully he's found soon. This has been a family conflict that's gone on for a long time, so it's not just a sudden event They've had battles over control of Casey Kasem's rights and his fortune for a while. The daughter said that she's not after money here. She doesn't want to change the will, but apparently Casey Kasem's wife is concerned about something, maybe the will being changed, and she apparently has run off with him.
Yeah, what a mystery. Jennifer, thank you. Dan, thanks as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From Philadelphia and from New York. Appreciate your time.